Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over one reason why I'm actually kind of more bullish on GEEQ than I think people realize. And you know, this is a small problem, but this is a problem that I could see becoming an issue with proof of stake systems. So this is a token holder, and they deposit something like Polkadot, Ethereum, or LYXE into a contract platform that unlocks one of these contract platforms that unlocks liquidity from staked tokens. So whenever you stake your tokens, you lock them up into the action of becoming a validator or a nominator, or a node or whatever. It could be for Ethereum. It's in any proof of stake system where you lock up your tokens, there could be this service provider who allows you to access the liquidity or derivatives of those locked tokens. So you as a token holder give them a token, right? You give them a token .eth, LYXE, whatever, and they give you some derivative that represents ownership of that token. So it would be D dot or DETH or whatever, some derivative. And you could trade that, use it as collateral, sell it, whatever, and someone else could buy it and and they're essentially having access to the .eth or LYXE or whatever staked token. They'll have access to it, and plus its revenue. So this derivative token will be essentially that token unlocked. Okay, so and I've already seen a few of these entities start to pop up and to exist. And so what these guys do is they just unlock staked. Anything that's supposed to be locked up in the protocol is not locked up, because you can create this derivative, and that derivative could do everything that an unlocked token could do. You can sell it, use it as collateral for loans, whatever else you would want to do. So basically, now a major problem with this is this entity will pick the highest yield validators, right? Which is fine. That's not a problem, because the highest yield validators are often the validators that are the most healthy for the network. That logic of high yielding validators is programmed in. The logic of how validators get paid, how nominators and validators get paid, is programmed in so that the highest paying ones are the ones that are best for the network. So this is not an issue. But what is an issue is that they vote. These entities will vote if there's on-chain governance or representation on-chain with these proof-of-work systems. They will vote with user tokens. It will happen. And this infrastructure protocol, which represents, they will end up representing the liquidity unlocking providers, because these guys will end up having most of the tokens, or at least they'll have large quantities of tokens. So these entities like Polkadot, Ethereum, Luxo will ultimately end up representing these liquidity unlockers, okay? And what they will do, since they will no longer represent token holders, because these guys are not token holders. They represent their clients, which are the token holders, okay? But they have the vote that the token holders are supposed to have now. So these entities will represent these entities rather than the token holders, because these guys are in control of the vote now. And what they will do is they will vote to remove the time weight component, and so they will have short-term thinking. So as I've shown with Polkadot, you can lock up your tokens for longer periods of time and have a heavier weight in governance, and that is an extremely beneficial thing. That is extremely beneficial for a governance thing. It makes you have long-term thinking. However, these entities will very likely vote to remove that, vote to remove the time weight period, and create a short-term thinking environment. Okay, they'll also vote for themselves, vote to pay themselves if they can get away with that. Okay, because they represent themselves. They're not true token holders. They didn't give up anything. They did create a business model that is around that token, so they will care about, I do think that they will care about the future of that protocol. They will vote for things that improve that protocol. However, these are the things that I think that they will vote that are not necessarily in the favor of the token holders, like voting for themselves. I don't think this is a big risk, but I certainly think it is possible. And they will vote for policies in favor of more popular networks. So if you're a network like a liquidity unlocker and you have a big, strong relationship on Ethereum, but you have some small amount of DOT users as well, this is where your market share is. And so when a protocol update comes for DOT that favors Ethereum more than DOT, you're going to vote for DOT to act in favor of Ethereum versus DOT because Ethereum is your larger client base. So you care more about that network. So they will vote for policies in favor of more popular networks that are their bigger client bases. They will favor the largest customers over smaller customers. Okay? It's just game theory, and this is some of the stuff that I've been thinking about. So now I don't think this is the biggest risk. This is a small risk in my opinion, but this is a risk that is there. Any type of governance that you have is going to have risk. And so this is the reason why I think that GEEQ protocol is in a unique position to, it's definitely like a project I am bullish on. I know that it does have a high inflation, so I'm going to continue to buy that token. But this is one of the risk factors that exist, and I even became aware of this when I was researching some projects. It was called DeFi token or something like that. And what they do is they unlock the liquidity and do all of this. So guys, basically I'm saying is don't overlook the GEEQ protocol. I am bullish on that project, and this is one of the risks that I can see coming into place with proof of stake systems. All right, guys, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to producing the highest quality content in the future going forward.